That's my best friend. That's my best friend.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Dave Mo. You already know what it is. So, quick little update. As you know, if you watched the last video, I caught that's that shit, and I'm doing a lot better. We went to my primary doctor couldn't get me in to see him, so I went. I went to like urgent care, had a chest X-ray, came back clear. They're worried about scar tissue a little bit in the lungs, you know, and which is common, and no pneumonia, so we're good. We're good from there. My O2 still hovers around 95. So that's a little, I don't want to say it's concerning, but it's, you'd like to see 97 and above, 97 being low, 98 and above really being good. But all of that is doable. 95, I suppose, is doable. You're just going to become winded a lot quicker. So Tuesday, I'm going to go see a specialist real quick, hopefully get back to work and to my career. And, you know, just the day-to-day activities of life will get me to where I need to be, to where I was. Very grateful about that. My career, everyone over there was really good, reaching out, making sure I was good. As a matter of fact, they sent me like this gift basket. My girl fell in love with it. It had a fucking teddy bear and shit in it. But anyways, that's besides the point. That was just a brief update for those of you who checked up on me. I appreciate you guys so much that would hit me in the comments or emailing me, sending me get well wishes. Thank you guys. That really does mean a lot, believe it or not. You know, I'm one of the lucky ones. As you guys know, you watch the news, you know, whether or not you believe the numbers are true or not, people are passing away because of this shit. You know, and that's just the truth of the matter. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into today's video. I've had a lot of time just watching YouTube videos. Holy shit. I thank God I paid for premium. A lot of time. So I want to talk about something with you guys. I don't want, I'm not going to say the name, but you know, a subscriber actually called me up and we chopped it up briefly, and they're making the transition from a car flipper to a car dealer / rep. All right. And congratulations on your move. You know who I'm talking to. And I just wanted to say, you know, with the way the auction's going right now and has been going, and you're listening to a lot of YouTubers like myself saying, you know, we're buying cars from Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, private individuals. We're going back to pretty much where most of us started before we had auction access. Whether you're a rep or you own your business, your dealership. It became easier again. You know, the amount of cars we could buy is a lot less when it comes to private sales, as opposed to the auction being able to buy as much as you want. But with that being said, I want to apologize to you guys because I'm not sure if I made this clear or not. All right, so allow me to make a wrong right. If you are buying cars from Craigslist, from a private seller, okay, and selling it to somebody else without putting your name on the title, right? So you're flipping it. Basically, you're taking it from person A and flipping it to person C, you being person B, just playing the middleman role and making the profit and putting it in your pocket. All right. Technically speaking, and do your own homework, that's against the law for two reasons. One, you don't have a dealer's license. And two, chances are you're not claiming that income, which means you're not paying taxes on it, which for those of you who don't know is tax evasion. So you definitely want to look into that. Now, the other way of doing it, where I know there's a lot of you guys who are like, oh, no. I buy a car private sale, I put it in my name, I pay taxes on it, and then I sell it. That's fine and dandy. I don't know the law for every single state, so I'm not going to sit here and act like other people that act like they do know the law for every state. To include lawyers. Lawyers are lawyers in states. They're usually not lawyers in multiple states. And if they are, they're not in every single state. So with that being said, if you're buying a car and putting it in your name and then flipping it later, you want to find out the law, because usually you're only allowed to do a certain number of cars per year. Now, yes, you can start putting them in family members' cars, names, the cars and family members' names, but now you're involving someone else in your little scheme. And, you still know what you're doing, right? With that being said, the state of Florida, for instance, there is no number. It says if you buy any vehicle with the intention of selling it for a profit, you need a dealer's license. There is no other way around it. It's just what it is in the state of Florida. I'm not going to sit here and act like we all haven't done it. I'm not going to sit here and act like people still don't do it. It's something that happens on a regular basis. Everything is great until you get caught. And I hope none of us ever get caught. So when you hear me talking about buying like the Hummer and the Denali and cars like that from private individuals, that's true. I do that. But I also run them through the dealership. And I just had them fill out, a bill of sale. And usually people will leave it blank or whatever, so this way you can register it however you want. But for me, it doesn't matter, because I just fill it out for the dealership, and then I keep it in my records, so when the car sells, I know what I paid for it, I know what it's sold for, and the difference is what I'll pay taxes on, less anything I put into it, like investment-wise. So, again, that's something I just want to clear up with you guys, because right now I'm watching a lot of YouTubers, and they're talking about, oh, I bought this car private, I flipped it, I made this much money, or how you can go out and buy a car and flip it from your driveway. And all that is true, but they're leaving out to me, the most important thing, that being not going to jail. All right. Above everything else, I don't want to fuck Uncle Sam. So, and I don't want to go to jail on some tax evasion bullshit because I made a couple $1,000s, right? That's stupid. That's stupid. Either pay the taxes or just do it, just do it the right way. I know this is a drag of a video because no one wants to pay taxes. But believe me when I tell you, when you have your LLC or even your personal stuff and you're paying taxes, don't look at it like it's a bad thing. Look at it like you're investing into your future. Okay? So you might want to buy a house down the road, right? So if you have a business and you keep doing these crazy wild write-offs and it just keeps going to negative so you don't have to pay taxes, even though you've made $100,000, let's just say, when you go to buy your house, they're going to say, well, how much do you make a year? You're going to say $100,000. Okay, we just need your tax returns for the last 2 or 3 years. And you show up with your tax returns and it shows that you've made negative $5,000 because you wanted to get out of paying taxes. Your probability of buying that home is slim to none unless you have a huge down payment. And why would you want to put a huge down payment down if you're successful at selling cars? Because you could take that down payment that you were going to put down in your house, buy more inventory, make more money, and pay down your house faster. Or not, whatever the fuck you want to do. But to me, at least, keeping cash on hand is great because I know no matter what my interest rate is on whatever it is I'm doing, I can make more money with cash than I will saving interest. If you guys aren't familiar with amortization tables, get familiar with an amortization table. Get really familiar with amortization tables. Learn how much you're going to pay on percent. Learn, when you leverage your credit card, how much you're paying. Learn when you have a mortgage like I do, how much of that mortgage is, how much of your monthly payment is going towards the house and what's going towards interest. Figure it out. Figure out your strategic way to make money. And if it doesn't make sense to you to pay down your house before you buy your product, then don't. For me, it's Florida. It sounds like it's pouring right now. For me, I was one of those guys, I was like, I'm going to pay down my house so aggressively, blah, 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 blah. then when I started doing the math, I started looking at how much money I was putting towards my mortgage. I was like, yeah, I'm saving a couple dollars, but damn, I'm like, if I had $30,000, I could take that money and flip it to at least shit, 90,000 in the year, right? So, well, no, it would be a $60,000 profit, you know? And then at that point, I'll pay my taxes on it, and I'm left with some chunk of change, and I can figure out from there, okay, well, I can throw some of it in there because it's not free money, and I'm gonna make a video about that. It's not free money, but it's money. I could throw a chunk of change down in the house, or I could go buy another house for a rental, or I could just buy more inventory or nicer inventory, or whatever it is I choose to do. The house is never going to leave. You can also, this is a little bit off subject, but let's talk about a house. You can also put like disability insurance on your home. So if God forbid you ever found yourself in a situation where you were on disability, and you can do it for your credit cards too. You just have to call them up and talk to see if they offer it. You can make it so that if God forbid you ever ended up disabled, those things that have that insurance on it just get washed away for you. As long as it's long term and then it's short term. There's a bunch of things that you'll want to go over with whoever you're speaking with. And you have like third party insurance companies similar to like Aflac that also offer the same type of thing. But back to the story, back to the lesson to be learned here. If you're going to be flipping cars from private individuals, know the law. Know how many you can put in your name per year before you get fined, because eventually, you know, someone is going to drop dime on you because you are selling cars to people. People have your phone number. People get angry. People start making phone calls. It's just the nature of the beast, okay? And then learn, if you're not even doing that, you're just going from A to B, understand you really want to cover your ass in that situation, you know? I had a buddy who did that a lot, okay? And they never used their phone. They always had like a burner phone. And they treated it just like they were selling drugs. And every 30 days they threw away every 28 days they threw away their phone and got a new one, because the state that he was in, it took 30 days to get a like a subpoena for the phones. So every 28 days he threw it away, got a new phone, and it was just a cost of doing business. Now, understand that this individual had a car dealership in his backyard, okay? You can come to his house and legit see 20 cars in his backyard. It was fucking crazy, crazy, crazy. You know, do I recommend that? No. I recommend you honestly do it the right way. Whatever that might be. And I know it sucks, but it's a lot easier than dealing with, you know, the IRS and bullshit like that, you know? All right, guys. I'm gonna call this video quits right now. I apologize. I know it's probably not the video you want to see. I'm sure it's not the type of content that is gonna get 1,000 plus, or I guess 1,000, you know, 20,000, 50,000 views. But it's content that I want to put out for my team, you know, and I consider us a team. You know, a lot of you guys reached out. Like I said, it meant the world to me. I'll be getting back to all of you guys here shortly. I just don't want to see you guys get jammed up in a situation that could easily have been avoided. You know, it's easy. Whether you're repping for someone or you have your own dealership, just sign the title in the name of the dealership, sell it from there, handle your taxes however you see fit. But at least if someone comes knocking, you can say, yeah, I did. I bought that. There's nothing against the law about a car dealer buying a car privately. I bought that car privately. I flipped the title to my dealership. The dealership then sold it, and here's the buyer's, you know, here's what I spent on it, the bill of sale. Here's the buyer, the bill of sale for the person who purchased it from me. And however you decide to keep your records in terms of, you know, parts and labor and whatever else that goes into it, you know, keep all that information there. Also, another thing to think about, if you're doing your own work on the vehicle, and you have your LLC, I would also consider a way to talk to a CPA, which is a certified public accountant, or a tax attorney, and figure out if there is a way that you can pay yourself for the time you spend working on a vehicle. And the easiest way to do that is to get any type of labor guide. ALLDATA is one of them. I think Mitchell is one of them. And the one I use is, I think it's called Labor Guide. Actually, the one that I use, I believe it's called Labor Guide. You could do a quick Google search, and I think it's $12 a month. And basically, it just tells you how many hours it would take to do a certain job. For instance, an alternator on the Hummer could take 3 hours, and then you could print that out and put that with the Hummer and write yourself a check for whatever you want to charge your business for your time. The 3 hours, because if you're doing your own mechanics and you have an LLC, you have a legit business, you want to get paid for the time you're there. A lot of people are going to argue the fact, oh, well, if you're writing a check from your business to yourself, you have to pay taxes on it anyway. But it all depends on how you handle your taxes, and that's between you and your accountant, because they may say to you, hey, yeah, definitely do that, so this way you could show some personal income. Or they might say, you know what, let's not do that and leave it over here because you have more write-offs. But again, guys, as I said, I can't stress it enough, get a CPA. All right, thank you for everything. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. I'm out of here. Light up.
That's my best friend.